I'm going to show how to work with the neck and the cranial base as the beginning of working with headaches to help relieve headaches. Sometimes it helps with migraines also, but with headaches, many tension headaches, it's very effective. It's not just the base of the cranium or the top of the cervicals, but it's the whole neck you have to work. And here's a stroke where I come under with my right arm and contact the left side and curl and stretch. And here I am at the cranial base. And this is a very nice way to contact the cranial base and start to work on it. Is this okay, Nathan?
Yes.
Depth?
Yeah. It's a good 6.
It's a good 6. So 6 is a good pain, by the way. And this is a good 6. Okay. And I ask him to breathe. Breath is part of it, yeah. So part of this work is always the breath and movement if it comes. So the person follows any impulse to move anywhere in the body. And Nathan will breathe into my touch, and I'll just work this suboccipital area. I'll work it with my fingers like this. And I'll take this hand and come up and arm on the table, very important, and I'll start to move up the back of the neck, and he starts to unwind, and he's unwinding and I'm working, and I speak to it. Sometimes I'll say, just follow the movement, and wherever it goes, in your mouth, in your neck. Up into the cranial base here, and he unwinds around my finger. Yeah, good. Good. Nice. Good. And then I'll take his head and I'll curl my fingers like this, right in the under the occiput, or the back of the skull, and right into that suboccipital area. And I'll just allow the weight of his head to come in. Is that okay, the depth? Yes. And I'll go in and I'll stretch back like this, and go in and stretch back. And then I'm right on the occiput here. Then I keep working the bone, and there's movement I see in his face, and I say breathe into that movement and just follow the movement. And it's just let whatever movement in your jaw or your face. Yeah. Good. And his jaw starts to open. This is part of that oral ring. We're starting to work. Now I'll show you from this side. I'll come up through here like this. Slowly and deep, yeah. And his shoulder starts to move. And I speak to it. I say, follow the movement of your arm and shoulder. Wherever else in the body wants to move, you follow. And his neck starts to move, and his head. And I'm right at that cranial base here, at that area around the first and second cervical vertebrae, the atlas and the axis, and all that thick layer of muscle and soft tissue of fascia. And stay deep in there. Is that a good sensation? Oh, yeah. Okay. Feels necessary. Good. And then I stay there for a bit, and his jaw and his face start to move, and sometimes I'll just watch that, and sometimes I'll say just allow and follow wherever it takes you. And then I'll come around from this side again, My left arm comes under to the right side, and I stretch my body back all the way up the neck. This is really effective, or part of a treatment. It's just part of a treatment to get rid of headaches and neck pain, obviously, but headaches that come from tight fascia in the neck and up into the head. Yeah, right at the base. Oh, okay, there. And he starts to unwind around my touch. Yeah. And then I can work with my thumb in the neck, which is a very nice way. You come under with your fingers like this, and then my thumb, and I move to the side with my chair where I'm sitting, and just come right at the base of the skull. Is that too much, or is that okay? Okay. Right at the cranial base here, and then right where the neck and head come together. And I'll just go in with points. And I want him to tell me if it's too painful. Is that okay? A 5, so it's not painful. And then I just come and work this area a little deeper and have him breathe. And what I can do is when I come here, I'll say, then move your head around my thumb. Just a little movements around my thumb. So he moves the top of his neck around my thumb. And his jaw starts to release with it. Yeah, like this. Yeah, great. With this hand, I'm just gently supporting. Nothing, I'm not holding with this hand here. Yeah, and I just come through there. Oh. Okay.